All right, let's jump right in. Today we're doing a deep dive into the wealth geometric code.
Ooh, this should be interesting.
Yeah, a listener reached out wanting to know more about this program.
I'm not surprised it's definitely making the rounds.
So is this a legit way to attract wealth or just another marketing gimmick?
Well, the marketing is pretty bold.
Yeah, they're really pushing the whole effortless wealth angle.
Right, claiming you can manifest abundance just by listening to a 7-minute audio track every day.
Effortless wealth, huh?
Yeah.
You wouldn't be tempted by that.
That's what they're banking on.
Okay, but let's break this down. What exactly is this wealth geometric code?
So they offer this package deal with an audio track called Wealth Geometry.
And that uses specific sound frequencies, they say.
Supposedly to activate your geometric cell.
Geometric cell? What in the world is that?
It's their fancy term for the pineal gland.
The pineal gland?
Yeah, that tiny gland in your brain.
Oh, right. I remember learning about that in biology class. But what does that have to do with wealth?
Well, the pineal gland does play a role in things like sleep and hormone production.
Yeah.
But this whole idea that it can be manipulated to attract wealth, that's where things get a little shaky.
So they're taking a real scientific concept and kind of dressing it up in this mystical language.
Exactly. It's a common marketing tactic.
Play on people's fascination with the mysterious.
And the pineal gland. It's
Yeah.
been associated with spirituality and higher consciousness for centuries.
Makes sense. So we've got this main audio track and this questionable geometric cell concept. What else is in the package?
Oh, they throw in some bonus tracks to sweeten the deal.
Bonus tracks. Always got to have those.
Right. So there's Ideas to Money, the Intuition track, and Millionaire Decision-Making Tone.
Yeah, they really cover all the bases.
They're claiming these bonus tracks can enhance your creativity, intuition, and decision-making skills.
All essential for attracting wealth, according to them.
Exactly. They're weaving this narrative that combines neuroscience, spirituality, and personal development all into one neat package.
It's a pretty compelling pitch, I have to admit.
Yeah, it's definitely designed to appeal to a wide audience.
But the big question is, does this thing actually work? What are people saying about the wealth geometric code?
Well, their marketing materials are packed with glowing testimonials.
Supposedly from satisfied users, right?
Right. They claim over 13,000 happy customers in 70 countries.
Wow, that's a lot of people.
It sounds impressive, but without any verifiable data or independent reviews.
It's hard to know how much weight to give those testimonials.
Exactly. We have to take them with a grain of salt.
But they do feature a testimonial from Dr. Joe Vitale.
Oh, yeah, the guy from The Secret.
Exactly. He talks about getting a $750,000 offer for some rare books shortly after he started using the wealth geometric code.
They're definitely using his name recognition to boost their credibility.
Yeah, especially for people who are already into the law of attraction and that kind of thing.
But even Dr. Vitale admits there's no way to prove a direct link between the audio track and that offer.
Right, it's just a story, not hard evidence.
It's a classic case of correlation, not equaling causation.
So we've got enthusiastic testimonials, but no real proof. I can see why our listener is a little skeptical.
A healthy dose of skepticism is always a good thing when it comes to these kinds of claims.
Totally. Especially when someone's promising effortless wealth.
Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence. And so far, what we've seen from the wealth geometric code doesn't quite reach that bar.
All right, so we've got a sense of the product and the marketing. Now let's dive into the supposed science behind the wealth geometric code and see if it holds any water.
That's where things get really interesting. Stay tuned. It's funny how they call it the geometric cell, like it's some secret code.
Right, and they tie it back to this whole sacred geometry thing.
Yeah, suggesting the pineal gland holds the blueprint for universal harmony and abundance.
Sounds pretty far out there.
It is. There's no real evidence to support any of that.
So it's more about the power of suggestion.
I think so. Playing on people's desires for quick and easy solutions.
Who wouldn't want to believe there's a simple way to unlock wealth within themselves?
Exactly. It's a very clever marketing tactic.
Okay, let's talk about the science, or lack thereof. They mention gamma brainwaves a lot.
Right, implying that their audio track can somehow stimulate those brainwaves to attract wealth.
Is there any truth to that?
Well, gamma brainwaves are real. They're associated with higher cognitive functions.
Like learning and problem solving.
Exactly. But to say you can manipulate them with sound to become a money magnet, That's a stretch.
So they're cherry-picking scientific concepts to make their products sound more credible.
Pretty much. They take these snippets of real information and then extrapolate them into these grand claims.
And they don't offer any studies or research to back it up.
Nope, just testimonials and anecdotal evidence.
But wait, haven't there been studies on sound frequencies influencing brainwave activity?
There has been some research, yes.
Like binaural beats, right?
Right, those audio illusions that can induce different brain states.
So it's not entirely impossible that sound could play a role.
True, but there's a big difference between inducing relaxation and attracting wealth.
Yeah, I'm not convinced that listening to a track will suddenly make me a millionaire.
Me neither. The field of sound therapy is still pretty new. We're still learning a lot.
So for now, it's best to approach those gamma brainwave claims with caution.
Definitely. A healthy dose of skepticism is key.
All right, let's move on to those bonus tracks. They seem like a big part of the appeal.
Oh yeah, they're really pushing those.
Let's start with Ideas to Money. What's the promise there?
This track is all about boosting your creativity, turning those ideas into profitable ventures.
So it's not just about having ideas, it's about having the right kind of ideas.
The money-making kind, supposedly.
But how does listening to an audio track do that?
They claim the sound frequencies stimulate the areas of the brain associated with creativity.
But no concrete explanation or evidence.
Not really. It's very vague.
Sounds like another case of overpromising.
Yeah, listen to this track and you'll be a visionary entrepreneur. Not very realistic.
All right, what about the intuition track? What's that all about?
This one supposedly enhances your intuition, particularly for making financial decisions.
Like those gut feelings about investments and deals.
Exactly. They say it can help you avoid costly mistakes and make those savvy choices.
So tap into your inner financial guru just by listening to a track.
That's the idea. But here's where it gets interesting. They tie this back to the geometric cell.
The pineal gland.
Yep. They claim that by activating it, you unlock this deeper level of awareness.
Like a hidden antenna, picking up on financial cues.
That's their pitch.
Yeah.
But again, there's no scientific basis for this.
So more embellishment to make the product seem more appealing.
It's a pattern we're seeing.
All right, last but not least, the millionaire decision-making tone.
Yeah.
What's this one supposed to do?
Enhance your decision-making skills specifically for financial matters.
Help you think like a millionaire.
That's the claim. Sharpen your focus, boost your confidence, make those smart money moves.
But same issue as before. No real evidence.
None whatsoever.
It all hinges on this idea that sound can rewire our brains for success.
Which is an intriguing idea, but not one that's been scientifically proven.
Right. But you know, sound does have a powerful effect on us.
Absolutely. Music can change our mood, motivate us.
So maybe there's something to this idea that it can influence our thinking.
It's possible, but I wouldn't put too much stock in it just yet.
So they're playing on that possibility, even if the science isn't there.
They're capitalizing on that what-if factor.
Which is pretty clever from a marketing standpoint.
Definitely. It makes you wonder, what if this could work?
Now, before we move on, I think it's important to address the ethical side of this.
Oh, absolutely.
We've talked about the marketing and the questionable science.
And there's also the potential for exploitation.
Preying on people who are struggling financially.
People desperate for solutions.
It's easy to fall for promises of quick fixes when you're in a vulnerable position.
That's why it's so important to be critical and discerning.
Look for red flags, like exaggerated claims or pressure tactics.
And always do your research before making any financial decisions.
Good advice. Okay, let's shift gears and talk about the pricing and guarantee.
Sure. They've marked it down from $197 to $37.
Which seems like a steal.
Right. And you get those 3 bonus tracks for free.
Plus a 365-day money-back guarantee.
So financially speaking, there's not much risk involved.
They've really covered all their bases.
It's a well-crafted marketing strategy.
So where does that leave our listener who's considering this product?
That's the big question, isn't it?
We've presented the facts and the skepticism.
Ultimately, the decision is up to them.
There's no right or wrong answer.
Hopefully, we've given them the information they need to make an informed choice.
One that aligns with their own values.
Exactly. And that's what this deep dive is all about.
Empowering our listeners with knowledge.
Encouraging them to think critically.
Because in today's world, it's more important than ever to be discerning.
To question, to research, to trust your gut.
Well said. Now, in the final part of our deep dive, we'll explore some alternative perspectives on the power of sound.
And we'll offer some practical tips for cultivating abundance in your life.
Stay tuned for more. It's interesting to think about sound in a broader sense.
Yeah, beyond this specific product.
Sound is such a fundamental part of our lives.
Oh, absolutely. We're constantly surrounded by it.
And it can have a profound impact on us.
Think about how music can evoke memories.
Or how certain sounds can trigger strong emotions.
Yeah, like fear or joy. It's amazing.
And beyond our everyday experiences, there's a whole field of sound therapy.
Right. Using sound for healing and well-being.
Music therapy, sound baths, all sorts of things.
It's a growing area of research.
So while we might be skeptical of the Wealth Geometric Code's claims,
there's definitely something to be said for the power of sound.
It can influence us in powerful ways.
But that doesn't mean a specific audio track can magically attract wealth.
Exactly. It's important to keep that distinction in mind.
So for our listener who's intrigued by sound, but maybe not sold on this product,
what are some alternative approaches they could explore?
Well, there's mindfulness practices like meditation.
Oh yeah, focusing on the breath or listening to guided meditations.
And of course, there's music.
Music is so powerful.
Whether it's listening to your favorite tunes or creating your own,
it can really uplift and inspire.
And for those interested in the more spiritual side of sound,
there's chanting and sound healing modalities.
Using specific frequencies and vibrations.
It's all about finding what resonates with you.
Experiment and see what feels good.
What works for one person might not work for another.
Okay, so we've talked about sound in general.
Let's bring it back to wealth and abundance.
Right. What if our listener isn't buying the Wealth Geometric Code?
What are some practical steps they can take?
First, define what abundance means to you.
It's not just about money, right?
Exactly. It's about relationships, health, purpose.
All aspects of a fulfilling life.
So recognize the abundance you already have.
And then focus on expanding that.
It starts with a mindset shift.
Moving from scarcity to abundance.
Believing there's enough for everyone.
And that you're worthy of receiving good things.
That shift can be incredibly powerful.
It opens up possibilities.
Attracts positive experiences.
But it's not just about thinking positive thoughts.
Action is key.
Aligning your actions with your beliefs.
So, what concrete steps can our listener take?
Give us some practical tips.
We'll start a gratitude practice.
Take time each day to appreciate what you have.
It shifts your perspective.
Opens your heart to receive more.
Also, set clear goals.
What do you want to achieve?
Write it down, make a plan.
And then take action.
Break those big goals into smaller steps.
And be consistent.
Even small actions can lead to big results over time.
Great advice. What else?
Surround yourself with positive people.
People who lift you up and inspire you.
Their energy can have a huge impact on you.
That's so true. Anything else?
Never stop learning and growing.
Invest in your development.
Read, take courses, expand your knowledge.
The more you learn, the more opportunities will come your way.
And lastly, give back to others.
Generosity is a powerful magnet for abundance. Those are all fantastic tips. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And remember, cultivating abundance is a journey.
It's an ongoing process
of growth and expansion.
So be patient with yourself.
Celebrate your successes.
And keep moving forward.
Well said. As we wrap up this deep dive into the Wealth Geometric Code,
we encourage our listeners to think critically,
to do their research,
and to ultimately make their own informed decisions.
And remember, if you're curious about the product,
you can find the link in the comments below.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Until next time.
Stay curious.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals they take us higher. The night's young, it has just begun as she puts her hand in mine.